Hello friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and today we're going to be talking about some different characters that we could be getting with this whole new legendary event, heroic journey type thing, this post, right? We know that they're going to be coming, we just don't know in what form or fashion. We also just learned that Rolo, Rebel Officer Leia Organa, is going to be the September login character for your daily logins. Now, I'm going to talk about that later on in the video and how that influences my final and quite possibly my best choice for who is coming next. In my last video, I talked about how I mentioned that for the OG bounty hunters, they could be going after a character like Luke. If it were, the new scoundrels that could be going after a character like Darth Maul. I still think both of those are very possible. But looking at a character like Zam Wesell, Zam has a very specific connection to the Star Wars universe, right? In the movies, she is the assassin who goes after Padme Amidala at the behest of Jango Fett. Now, could this mean that we're getting a Jango Fett? Yeah, it could. It would be awesome for a Jango Fett. We've all wanted a Jango Fett. It could also be the first steps to the hopefully inevitable rework of the Separatist. We know they're going to get a rework eventually. We just don't know when. And it's possible that Jango Fett could be this character that will kick off the start of the Separatist rework. It's also possible, I think, a Zam Wesell rework is coming sooner rather than later. That being said, Zam Wesell could be the indication of the addition of Padme Amidala to the game. We've all been speculating at a Separatist rework, but let's face it, guys, there's still a series of Jedi that needs some love. And if we already got a Yoda rework, could we also be getting a Jedi rework? I think that's possible. I think that's very possible. With a Jedi rework, adding Padme Amidala, you could have a synergy between Padme. You could have a synergy between Ahsoka and Anakin. That would be awesome. It would also be really cool if they gave us like Bail Organa. That would be... But it could also indicate that the other Jedi that need rework. Let's face it, guys. Outside of like maybe 4, 5 Jedi, you have a couple dozen almost that really need some solid help. Mace Windu really needs a solid rework, and he just doesn't have it right now. It's not in the cards for him right now, but it could be, and that's what I'm thinking. We could see the addition of Padme Amidala and Jango Fett, and with that, we could be getting something to the extent of the Galactic Republic rework, plus with Jango Fett, a Separatist rework. I think that'd be sweet. I think it would be fitting. I think that it would consume the next like 4 to 6 months. It would be awesome. If they do focus on the OG bounty hunters that they've introduced, right? We could get a Empire Strikes Back Luke accompanied with his X-Wing. Now, of course, the heroic journey there would be him trying to get the X-Wing out of the swamp, right? That would be what the heroic journey is, right? You go around fighting, swamp bats, and you have to carry Yoda somehow. You have to lift his ship out of the swamp. That'd be sweet. That would be awesome. Will we get it like that? Will we get a Red 5? I don't know. It would be cool. I've said that many, many times. In the last 30 seconds, I've said that many times. But what I would like to see is if we do get a Luke who does pilot Red 5, it would be awesome to then have R2 as obviously his navigator, his co-pilot, which makes anyone who has R2 so happy right off the bat. Just so happy. You would also have an opportunity to have, I think, a connection with Biggs and Wedge, and you would have a Rebel trifecta that would be phenomenal. That would just dominate the ship raid. That would be so freaking cool. These are characters that generally everyone in the game has. A lot of people have R2. I mean, that's a common character now. Yes, he's a legendary character, but people have been fighting for him, and that's one of those characters that they get. And they get quickly and they get fast because they want him, because he's awesome. I think that a Empire Strikes Back Luke would be awesome. I think there'd be an outcry, of course, because it's not the Return of the Jedi Luke. It's not black-clad Luke or Master Luke or whatever. That's the Luke that everyone wants. Personally, I want Episode 8 Luke, old crotchety curmudgeon, angry at the world, pissy. And there's another connection that I missed earlier. I said Aura Singh, Embo. I look at all the new bounty hunters as being connected to Padme, right? It makes sense because they are. All of those Clone Wars characters are one way or another connected to Padme. But Aura Singh and Embo are both connected to someone else who I have been wanting for a very, very long time, and that is Hondo Ohnaka. The introduction of Hondo Ohnaka would be freaking sweet. Hondo would be a character with a tag that I've wanted for a while, and I think this would open up a door to a lot of other characters they haven't given us just yet. And it would either be pirate or underworld, something to that extent. That would double over for a lot of different characters. We'd have all of those old scoundrels being connected to the underworld, right? But then you can introduce characters like Shizor, like Jabba. You could introduce a Maul as a Maul underworld leader. That would be sweet. I mean, it would just be a tag, but it would be awesome. It would be so freaking cool. Let's face it, Hondo alone would be awesome. I love Hondo. Everyone loves Hondo. Hondo's amazing. He needs to be in this game. He's not, and that's sad. But I think that the introduction of Aura Singh and Embo could very well indicate a Hondo Ohnaka is somewhere around the corner. Finally, guys, and this is something that I'm really glad that was brought to my attention. Not my idea at all, but I think this is very possible. We have a number of different Hans in the game. We have Hans that are from Young Han, from OG Han. We have Raid Han. We have, snow, frost-covered Han. We have old Han. We don't have as many Chewies, right? And the math doesn't seem to add up. We also only have 2 Millennium Falcons, neither of which are accompanied with the Rebel tag. One of them's a scoundrel ship. The other one is kind of a resistance ship, but it's not a Rebel ship. It would be awesome to have a Rebel Chewbacca who allowed OG Han, Raid Han, to be one of the best characters in the game. Now, here's what I see happening. If they add a Rebel Chewie, he would be a support character, because they're not going to introduce Rebel Chewie as a complete meta by himself, but they're going to introduce the dynamic as the meta, right? Now, it's really cool. It's a really good idea for a couple of reasons. One, it's Raid Han, and Raid Han is useful everywhere, right? He is useful literally everywhere. Two, he is the first Raid character that new players get. It re-emphasizes the importance of getting Raid Han and getting him to 7-star and getting him unlocked. It puts emphasis back on previous products. From a marketing standpoint, it's showing, hey, this thing that no one cares about, this thing that no one really, you're all autoing and simming, boom, here's another reason why you need to be doing it. Because you're going to get Raid Han and you're going to get this. Now, I think that throwing a Rebel Chewbacca would be a really cool addition to the game. Other Chewies, we have attackers, we have tanks, right? And, the Vandor Chewie is a tanky attacker and a tanky supporter. I want a full-on support where a Rebel Chewie has abilities that intermingle with a Raid Han. That would be so freaking cool. We could get a Chewie from any one of the original trilogy movies, but I do think that we're going to be getting a Chewie from The Empire Strikes Back. We already have Rebel Officer Leia Organa. She's now farmable. She's going to be the login character for the month of September. We have a lot of other characters that are added to that. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a legendary event for R2-D2 cycle through here in the next couple of days. I think that would be something that people could look forward to. I think that it's possible that other characters that we already have are going to lead to a character like Chewbacca. Just finding out, I watched the Warrior video, and I had to go back and add in some footage to this video because it needed to be said. With the addition of Rebel Officer Leia Organa, I do think that it is more likely that one of the legendary events that we will get will include Chewbacca and very, very probably an OG, super hardcore, awesome Millennium Falcon. This is what you guys have been talking about. These are the conversations that have been going on my Discord channel. These are the conversations that I've seen on Reddit and on the forums. This is the type of stuff that you guys want. And I'm right there with you. I want it too, because this would be freaking awesome. But is there something I missed? I'm sure there is. Leave a comment in the section below. Join us on Discord. Visit us on goingnerdy.com. Visit us really anywhere. Like, come and chat with us. I love the conversation, guys. It is so much fun. Thank you for all the kind support that you've given me over the last couple of days, and really over the last year and a half. I love YouTube. I love talking about this game. If you have other ideas, other topics that you'd like for me to cover, leave a comment in the section below. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and as always, my friends, stay nerdy.